There we go. Hey, Joel, it's Grant. How are you doing? Good, good. We're about 7 minutes away. I'm running a little late tonight, but we're all set up and ready to go. So whenever you want to shoot it over to us, we'll be ready. Oh, okay. Yeah, just text me when you're ready. We'll keep it here until then. So, yeah. Okay, yeah. Just text me when you're ready for a commercial, and we'll go from there.
Can we talk?
Good evening, everybody, and welcome into Paola, Kansas, as we are just about set for Labette County Grizzly basketball in sub-state action tonight here in Paola, as the Labette County Grizzlies will take on the home team, Paola, and we are just about ready for action. Jack Leake is along with us, and Jack, I know that we had a chance to do a ball game together back in Independence a couple of weeks ago, and now we've made it to the postseason, and with number 11 seed in Labette County and number 6 seed in Paola, this could be a pretty good game tonight.
Yeah, it really could be, and I want to tell you, Grant, thanks again. As of last night, we didn't know if we were going to have someone set in for my son, and I don't really do a good bang-up job of what you do, so appreciate you coming from Tulsa. That's about a 4-hour jaunt for you, but yeah, tonight's ball game, it's really hard to tell. Similar records, actually, between the Grizzlies and Paola, but Paola, as you know, plays in an entirely different league, different set of teams, and so sometimes a ball club in sub-state with 9 or 10 losses is awfully good. So we'll see how the Grizzlies fare tonight, but I know we'll compete and play hard.
I'm really looking forward to it. It's been a while since I've been able to come to a sub-state game in Kansas. And, you know, I remember when I was living over in Andover, and we would go watch Andover and Andover Central play up at the Pizza Center, Tony's Pizza Center there in Salina. And, you know, Paola was a regular attendee. I think every year I was there that I would see Paola's radio guys and broadcasters, and they were, you know, always in it to win it.
Yeah, that's they've got an awfully good tradition here, and honestly a nice school, a good community, just kind of outside the Kansas City area. You know, a lot of people, I think, kind of a bedroom community maybe and work in the city. But anyway, the Grizzlies have been giant killers this year. We seem to play our best ball against teams we shouldn't play so good against. So if we can kind of watch the paint tonight, I know Paola's got a couple of twin brothers, I believe, are 6'7", 6'8". So they're going to be an inside presence for sure.
I have not mentioned the fact that Jonathan Dusher is here tonight, and he is running the camera for those of you watching on YouTube, and doing a great job of that. Jonathan, I know it's always a thrill to have your school make it into the postseason, and we're hoping we can punch another ticket tonight.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We are. The school is all the way behind this team and looking to win tonight. And it would be great after following our football season we had. In order to go into a deep run here for basketball, it would just be awesome.
Jack, where do we go from here if we end up winning this game tonight?
So that's interesting. We're going to play the winner of Coffeyville and Baldwin, I believe. And Coffeyville, as you know, is 20 miles from us, 25. We played them twice already, so that would be a real irony if we were to win tonight. Coffeyville wins. Our next trips to Coffeyville, I believe, are home, rather than driving 2 hours. And last night we drove a little over 3 hours for the girls' match up in Wamego. So some road tripping, but yeah, it's all been good.
Wamego's quite a ways away, and so is Baldwin. I mean, Baldwin's outside of Lawrence there, and it'd be about a 2 hour, 3 hour trip for you guys, and so
it would be.
I know that we're ready to see kind of what that schedule would look like, and I know it would be a packed house for Coffeyville and Labette County if they were able to play each other.
Yeah, that would definitely be a brawl. So, we'll see. I guess we got to take care of business here in Paola before we worry too much about what's next, but that's kind of what the road would look like.
I was talking to my friend Chris Shank, who's over in Buehler and owns a bunch of radio stations around the state, when I was walking into the gym here, and I told him, I said, this Baptist kid is not used to Wednesday night ball games. He said, well, it hadn't been that way for long. It's something new and a new format that's really allowing more coverage of games by radio stations and kind of an easier format for players and teams.
Yeah, that's interesting you bring that up. That's why my son's not here, is that conflict, and we're thankful to have Jonathan. It was a bit of a conflict for him as well, but anyway, that's kind of the direction they're heading. So again, appreciate you being here to help us kind of complete the group.
We'll give Jonathan an excused absence for youth group tonight, and make sure that he's not in trouble for skipping out. So. Well, Jack, I know that since we've been together in Independence that you guys have played a lot of basketball, and we're going to talk about that here in just a moment. But right now we're going to pause for the national anthem, and we'll let you listen in.
Ladies and gentlemen, this time we take your hands and join us in honoring America with the playing of our national anthem.
Great playing of the national anthem by the Paola High School Band here, and we're glad you're with us here tonight on KLKC AM 1540 and FM 106.7. Grant Merrill along with Jack Leake and Jonathan Dasher, and we are just about ready for sub-state action basketball. And what have you been able to study about Paola tonight?
Well, you know what? Not a whole lot, other than the fact that I believe they are, I have it here. I know they're the 6th seed. We talked about that, but I want to clarify their record. Sorry for the delay here. Yep. They are Paola 14-9, so 9 losses. But again, going back to the league they're in, looking at some of the banners and the different teams they play, like I said, it's not apples to apples. I mean, not that our league's weak. It's not. We have a competitive league, but it's, I'd say, a step down maybe from the competition Paola plays week in and week out. So I'm real interested to see how we match up tonight.
So they're in with Baldwin and the Baldwin Bulldogs, Bonner, Eudora, Lewisburg. I'm sorry. I live on Louisville Street, so
yes,
that comes naturally. Ottawa, Paula. We've got Spring Hill and Tonganoxie all in this. That's a pretty tough league, and you're talking a lot of kids out of Kansas City who live in the suburbs, and a lot of talent there.
Absolutely, yeah. And our Grizzlies have been playing well. We've lost our last 2 road games, but we've competed. With 30 seconds left, it was anybody's game in both those. So this group of ours is pretty deep. We're pretty athletic. I'm real curious how we handle these two 6'8" brothers. I don't even know if they play them two bigs at a time or if they sub them in and out. So, again, we'll see how that all goes down.
Let's get our starting lineups tonight for Labette County. They will send to the floor Keegan Bates. I think we established that was Kagan, wasn't it?
Kagan, yes.
Kagan Bates, Nolan Nash. We'll get you the others here in just a moment as they're in a team huddle, and we are just about ready for tip-off here in sub-state action on KLKC Parsons. And we're glad to have you with us as we're just about set to see if these Labette County Grizzlies can punch their ticket and play in a sub-state final against either Coffeyville or Baldwin.
That'll be Saturday.
We've, of course, I'm down in Oklahoma, so we ended up, we've got area tournaments through Saturday. It's the most wonderful time of the year if you're a basketball fan.
Oh, my goodness, yeah, and it's picking up force for March Madness, so, yeah, you're right. I'm curious, has there been any more Oklahoma situations where refs had to kick out an entire gymnasium?
No more situations like that. I did see Bill Self get kicked out last night. So
never happens.
I told my wife, I said, if he's getting kicked out, it had to have been worth it, for the Jayhawks. But
shocker.
Going up to the midcourt stripe is Kane Nash. Labette County moving right to left on your radio dial. Lane Hoffman is the Paola Panther who will jump the opening tip, and we'll get you set up on the rest of the starting lineup as we move through the course of the first quarter. Paola will control the opening tip. Panthers moving from left to right on your radio dial. Into the front court. Panthers take it around the edge of the arc. That is Landon Murdoch. Murdoch moves it back over to Emmett Blackmore. Blackmore back up top, cranks it right side to Hoyt Huffine. Huffine over to the left wing, long threes on the way and in. So Landon Murdoch for Paola opens up from long range and makes it a 3-0 ball game.
Boy, he sure did, and Grizzlies are playing man-to-man against those two tall kids, so if Paola hits like that outside, we're going to have some issues, I'm afraid.
Nolan Nash out around the perimeter, finds an open teammate. Long threes. Off the rim, no good. Back the other direction. Here comes Paola. Coast to coast goes Stephen Bassett. He misses a shot right there.
Looks like Nolan Nash tried to slide in and pick up a charge there. He was just not quite set, so got called for the block. I think the Grizzlies are going to have to kind of withstand this frenzy for the first couple of minutes. It'll be a little wild, so hopefully we can just kind of maintain our composure here.
First foul of the ball game results in a free throw made by Paola. And another one coming. 7:14 left to go in the first quarter. Paola leading our Labette County Grizzlies 4-0 as the next free throw on the way and in for Stephen Bassett. And it's 5-0. Back the other direction. Here comes Kagan Bates. He'll take it out across midcourt, moving right to left. Bates over to the right side, finds Kane Nash. Nash closely guarded, gets a bounce pass over to the top of the key, moving it off to Bates again. Bates fires a long two. It's off the iron, no good. Rebound Paola. Panthers are there when they need to make the rebound. Here comes Murdoch to Bassett. His shot up and under for two, and now Labette County wants a timeout. They'll want to talk things over to make sure that they have got their game plan set for the first part of the ball game tonight. We'll take a quick break and be back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Labette County Grizzly Basketball on KLKC.
In 2003, Tank Connection founders envisioned a Southeast Kansas-based company dedicated to innovating voltage storage tanks, offering superior products and services through a customer-focused team. 2 decades later, and products in 64 countries and on 6 continents, this vision endures. Tank Connection employee owners are dedicated to a future where their shared purpose brings empowered realities to as many lives as possible.
Seven to nothing, Paola leading here in sub-state action against Labette County. Grant Merrill, Jack Leake along with you, Jonathan Dusher. Out at the top of the key for the Grizzlies, Kane Nash. He'll work it around the perimeter, back over to Nolan Nash. Nolan into the hands of Kagan Bates. Bates alternating hands on the dribble, almost loses it. It's picked up on the left wing by Nash. He'll drive into the paint. A bullet pass goes awry, and now Paola will move the other direction. Coast to coast, Hoyt Hawthine tries to go up for the basket and draws a foul from a Labette County Grizzly.
I think Kagan Bates was going to make sure we didn't get a jam on us because that's what was going to happen. So right now Paola's kind of come out and smacked us in the mouth, kind of has us on our heels a little bit. So we'll see if the Grizzlies can just, like I said, weather this early storm here and then kind of hang around and settle back into the game.
Boyd Hoffein's first free throw is up on the way, in and out, no good. 7-0, our score remains. Another free throw coming for Hoffein. We've got a good crowd here tonight. Paola has packed the home stands. They've got their band here tonight, but we've got a lot of Labette County folks who have made the trip tonight.
Yes, we do.
Next free throw is on the way in for Hoffein. 8-0 our score. Back the other direction. Here comes Labette County. Out of the backcourt, Nolan Nash cranks it right side over to Kagan Bates. Bates driving around the perimeter, finds an outlet pass to Heston. Barrett Heston back over to Nolan Nash. Nash down near the free throw line, kicks it back up top to Tucker Rush. Rush over to Nolan Nash once again. Closely guarded, Nash on the right side looking for a path here, and he turns the ball over, but not before a whistle's blown.
Yeah, the Grizzlies desperately need something good to happen, just something to kind of get a little pep in our step and kind of let us kind of swallow here a little bit. I feel like we're awfully tight, so maybe we can kind of get a score here.
Paola will send it back into play. Kagan Bates trying to get it to an open teammate, and Paola's Landon Murdoch slaps it back out of bounds.
Yeah, they're awfully athletic, Paola is. They're tall, pretty quick, doing a nice job defensively.
5:50 left to play in the first quarter. It's all Paola so far, 8-0. Nolan Nash out at the top of the key. Works it around the perimeter, cranking it right side over to Barrett Heston. Long threes, in and out, no good. Rebound, Paola. Bassett back the other direction, into the front court. He'll move it off to an open teammate, Landon Murdoch. Murdoch through the air finds Emmett Blackmore. Blackmore to Hoffein. Now a pass down low to Murdoch. He loses his footing and slides out of control. Labette County will get to take it the other way as the ball went out of bounds.
Yeah, I think that's a good no call. It was just some incidental contact in there, and Paola player was wanting to foul. They're kind of talking with the ref, but again, I think that's just a good no whistle.
5:22 left to go in the first quarter. 8-0 our score. Out of the backcourt, here comes Nolan Nash. Nash down on the right side of the paint. Trying to get it over to an open teammate, but everybody went after the basketball, and those thumbs go in the air for a jump ball.
Yeah, I don't know what to say about that. I mean, Nolan took it to him. I like that, but I don't know how you shoot over a 6'8" guy. Maybe pump fake and hope he leaves his feet.
The good news is we get the alternating possession. Inbound throw comes into Barrett Heston. Heston out around the edge of the arc, gets it back over to Bates. Now back to Heston. Closely guarded. Hoyt Hoffein is almost mugging him there on the right side. A pass in the paint. And now back up top. Bates fires a three. It's in and out, no good. Rebound, Paola. They are excellent on the rebound tonight.
They sure are. Grizzlies just haven't found their stride at all quite yet. So
4:43 left to go in the first quarter. Down on the baseline, two-pointers on the way in for Lane Hoffein. And the whistle blows. We have another timeout. 10-0, Paola leading. 4:37 left to go in the first quarter. We'll take a 1-minute break and be back after this. This is Labette County Grizzly basketball on KLKC.
Life is about movement, and the human body is like any high-performance machine. When miles add up, parts wear down. And that's when pain begins, and here's where it ends. At Labette Health, our nationally recognized orthopedic and sports medicine surgeons use advanced techniques to reduce recovery times and relieve pain for miles to come. Feel like new again at Labette Health in Parsons, Kansas. For more information, go to LabetteHealth.com.
Ten to nothing our score here in Paola, the host team, the Paola Panthers leading. Labette County with the basketball out of the break. Grant Merrill, Jack Leake along with you down on the right side of the paint. Tucker Rush with the basketball as he'll find Kegan Bates left side of the line, and a blocking foul on Paola.
Yeah, Kagan just trying to make something happen, trying to drive in there with the trees, drew a foul. So, that's about all you can do. That, or if you get an open look at a three, you better take it quick because they close out.
4:19 left to play. Long inbound pass comes up top to Nolan Nash. Nash down on the baseline, fires a two. It's blocked. Coming down on top of him was Lane Hoffine, who's 6'8", by the way. Back the other direction, the Paola Panthers, a long three from the left side. Won't go for Stephen Bassett. Coming up with the basketball is Hoyt Hoffine. I guess Hoyt and Lane might be twins, and they're both 6'8".
Yeah.
Now a turnover. Labette County with the steal into the front court. Kegan Bates. 2-point shots on the way and in. That was Nolan Nash there. And that's the first points of the ball game for the Grizzlies. 10-2 our score. 3:40 to play in the first quarter.
Yeah, a little pump fake's what that took there to get those guys up in the air. So that was a big shot for us.
Hoffine, the Hoyt variety from the right wing, fires a three. It won't fall. Another rebound for Kegan Bates, and he'll take it into the front court. Now the shot blocked, and the stickbacks on the way and in. Nice rebounding effort there for the Grizzlies, and the 2-pointers up and in for Carson Lamb.
Yeah, that sure was. That was big. Now it's 10-4. Maybe we can just hang around, get a defensive stop here, and see what happens.
They expounded a lot of energy in the first 3 minutes of the ball game.
Looks like the Grizzlies dropped back to a zone, so we'll see if that's a better defense.
Hoyt Hoffine to Lane Hoffine right side. Long cross-court pass comes to the top of the key. Long three-pointer won't fall for the Panthers, and a foul away from the basketball.
Nolan Nash, that's his second foul, but he was just trying to screen out and just got too aggressive. I think he's got a foul for pushing, basically.
2:50 left to play in the first quarter here. 10-4 our score. Inbound pass coming in from Stephen Bassett. Bassett cranks it in to Lane Hoffine, and he'll fire an easy two there.
I don't know how you defend that. I mean, you throw the ball up 10 foot and he goes after it.
They literally put it in midair, and he put it in the hoop. Down on the baseline. 2-pointers on the way it in for the Grizzlies. Good work there for Carson Lamb.
Carson's brought a spark for us. That's his second basket. He got up quickly and got it off. Well done.
12-6 our score. Paola leading if you're just joining us. 2:25 left to go in the first quarter. You said you were in Wamego last night?
Yes.
Wow. You're the Kansas Traveler. Out at the top of the key. Hoffine looking. Hoyt gets that three-pointer easy. 15-6 our score, and Paola takes a 9-point lead.
Looks like a complete ball team right here. Grizzlies just going to have to fight through it and step it up tonight.
Grizzlies down in the paint. Kegan Bates with an outlet pass to the top of the key. Heston driving inside. His shot for two won't go. Back the other direction, Lane Hoffine with the basketball.
Let's again see if the Grizzlies can't just get a stop. You just have to chip away at a team like this and hope you get a few little runs.
Murdoch down on the inside to Lane Hoffine. Hoffine is down on the baseline and travels with the basketball. And we've got a timeout taken by Labette County. We'll take it with them. Or hang on, it's not a timeout. They're going to keep it right here. Those Hoffine boys kind of remind me of, you remember when Manute Bowles' son was playing for?
I do.
I think he was playing for Topeka Hayden, maybe.
I don't remember that, but I remember Manute Bull, yes.
His son was playing there, and I mean, he came into Andover, just towered at like 7 foot above everybody else. Those Hoffine boys are not far behind that.
Yeah, pretty long.
Out at the top of the key for Labette County, Colton Weil.
Yes.
From the right side, his shot for three won't fall. Basketball's tipped out of bounds, and Paola can have it here as the Grizzlies had the last touch.
Carson Lamb really playing well, gave us some good minutes. Kind of feel like the Grizzlies have at least settled down. I know we're down 15-6, but it appears to me we're competing here a little bit.
It wasn't Hayden, it was Bishop Miege.
Okay.
That's where Manute Bowles' son played.
Gotcha.
Down to the left side of the paint for Paola, Troy Leonard brings it back over to the right wing, moving it back off to Gannon Miller. Gannon on the outside, kicks it back over to Hoyt Hoffine. Hoffine back up top, gives it off to Landon Murdoch. Shot clock is about to expire here. Down in the paint, a two-pointer on the way and in. Wow. Hoyt Hoffine nails that one.
Boy, he did. And that was a good defensive stand. Had the shot clock down to 3, and he cashes that in. That's a big-time shot.
32 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Sneaking up on the break here, and now a turnover. A steal from the Panthers, and straight to the hoop goes Stephen Bassett to make it 19-6.
Yeah, right now Paola's putting on a clinic. Really looking sharp in every facet.
Our Grizzlies tried a Hail Mary pass to Cooper Leonard down at the baseline. He couldn't catch it. The ball's out of bounds. But the last touch was by Paola, who went after it. 18.2 seconds left to play here in this first quarter. Paola leading by 13. 19-6 our score. Inbound throw given in to Caden Nash. Nash down on the right side of the paint. Hands off to Colton Weil. Back up top, he'll bring it back over to Kagan Bates, and now the whistle blows, and we've got a foul.
A little better ball movement, it seems, too, from the Grizzlies. Again, I do feel like we're playing better now than we were the first 3 or 4 minutes.
9.9 seconds left. From the top of the key, Kane Nash trying a 3. It won't go. Grizzlies get the rebound. Shot blocked as Cooper Leonard goes up for it. And man, it is hard for us to do anything with this Paola defense.
It really is. I mean, Cooper's 6'3", which isn't super tall, but he's pretty long himself and just can't get the ball up and over those fellas.
Murdoch with a shot from half court at the buzzer. It falls way short, and we've put a quarter in the books here in Paola tonight. Panthers lead at 19-6 over our Labette County Grizzlies. We're back in 1 minute on KLKC.
Life is about movement, and the human body is like any high-performance machine. When miles add up, parts wear down, and that's when pain begins, and here's where it ends. At Labette Health, our nationally recognized orthopedic and sports medicine surgeons use advanced techniques to reduce recovery times and relieve pain for miles to come. Feel like new again at Labette Health in Parsons, Kansas. For more information, go to labettehealth.com.
Welcome back to Paola. Grant Merrill and Jack Leake along with you tonight. Thank you for being with us here on KLKC, AM 1540 and FM 106.7. Paola will have the basketball out of the break as they'll pass in from just shy of the half-court stripe. And Emmett Blackmore will do the honors. After the first quarter, Jack, it's hard to say what we can do to make improvements here when we've got a bunch of 6'8 kids and 6'7 kids defending us.
Yeah, that's a tough thing for a coach. I don't know really what you coach up. Here's another nice lay in there by 21. Should know his name.
Hoyt Hoffine.
Yes, you've got it drilled into your mind.
Yep, we almost had that memorized tonight. Over to the left side, Kagan Bates. He'll swing it around to Carson Lamb on the right side. Lamb down to the left wing. Big three-pointer on the way for Zane Garton. He nails that from long range.
He's a good shooter. He's a sophomore, and Argerwright just put him in, so a little different combination.
21-9 our score. 7:23 left to play here in the first half. Paola's a nice town. I was driving in, lots of restaurants and nice houses, and a really nice high school here. This is a great gym to play in. Back at the free throw line, Landon Murdoch, after a foul, goes on Camden Good. Murdoch's first one is up on the way and in.
You know, just watching Paola, even at the free throw line, I just haven't seen a weakness yet on this ball club. I mean, the Grizzlies are playing hard and whatnot, but sometimes you just have to fight against a better opponent and to win the ball game. Just have to have some things go your way.
Another free throw's in and out, no good. A lot of people thought this was going to be a very close game tonight. I know I was talking to Dr. Gilmore when we first started talking about me coming up here, and he said, I think it'll be a good one.
Well, and hopefully the Grizzlies can get on one of those runs. We're known for that, stringing out 8-9 points against a team and kind of getting some momentum going. So
didn't you tell me they were down to Independence like by 25 or something like that?
In the first quarter, we were down like 24-2 or something early, yes.
Wow, hopefully they can have a same type of comeback here tonight. From the wing, three-point shot falls short and won't go there for Barrett Heston. And as they try to pull the ball down, the whistle blows, and Paola will get to take it the other way here.
Yeah, Barrett's a little frustrated. He's a great shooter himself, just not just letting it go right now. Just like I said, we need a few good things to kind of happen to kind of loosen us up, I think is what I'm seeing.
If you're just joining us, it is 22-9. Paola leading it by 13. 6:48 left to go in the half. Nice steal for Labette County. Basketball's out of control, though, and it's tipped out of bounds. And I think that Labette County had the last touch, and they did.
Yeah, Colton's a nice player, too. Always hustling, so really good job there. Sometimes it takes a couple good things on defense to kind of spark your offense.
Emmett Blackmore puts it into Landon Murdoch. Murdoch out around the perimeter, finds Blackmore once again. Missed shot, and now Labette County will take it the other way, but a steal comes, and now Paola will take it to the hoop. Landon Murdoch picked his pocket and went straight to the goal.
He sure did. You have to have your head on a swivel. You cannot let down against this team.
24-9 our score. Whistles blowing as Labette County takes it into the front court. I told Paola's camera lady here that I wasn't going to sit down, and I decided to.
A booby trap there for
and
you.
Almost lost my life.
You're about to go again.
Am I?
There you go.
There's a little ravine down behind the floor here, and I mean, at least there was a floor under it.
Dr. Gilmore will cover any injuries you might sustain tonight.
I thought that was limited to the eyes, but you know, I'm supposed to be going to see him so I can get fitted for my Meta glasses. Here comes Paola straight to the hoop, but 2 pointers on the way, and 26-9 our score.
Yeah, right now, Paola's just in the zone, loose, having fun. Things are going their way. The Grizzlies are grinding here, trying to, just flip the coin somewhat, so kind of feel their frustration.
Back at the free throw line, Landon Murdoch. If I'm Coach Argabride, I'm telling them at the half, remember what you did against Independence.
Yeah, absolutely. That's, all you can do. Sometimes in these situations as a coach, you probably run out of things to really say and just kind of hope the players fight through the situation and kind of find their stride.
At the free throw line, that one's off the rim and no good. A 1-1 there, and back the other direction. Here comes Labette County into the front court. Kane Nash. He'll crank it left side over to the open Zane Garton. Back up top, Nash driving. Up to Tucker Rush. His shot for 3 won't fall. Rebound Paola. Back the other direction. Hoyt Hoffine straight to the hoop. He easily puts it up and in.
Yeah, I don't know what the future is for these Hoffine brothers, but I'm sure they've gotten some letters and phone calls from college coaches, that's for sure.
They would have to. I'm going to look that up at halftime and see where he might be. 5:10 left to go in the first half. Out around the perimeter, Tucker Rush. Up top, long threes on the way and in for Nolan Nash.
That was nice, good catch and shot, didn't think about it, so.
And now we're in double digits. That looks good.
It does. Maybe we can build off this a little bit.
Into the front court, Emmett Blackmore. Blackmore out around the perimeter, finding an open teammate. His shot for 3 on the way and in. So we get a long 3, and Landon Murdoch answers with one of his own.
He does, and again, you just can't see a weak link here in this Paola squad.
Grizzlies into the front court. Nolan Nash out around the perimeter. Fancy dribbling there. He was able to put it around the back and through his legs, and he's a good ball player.
Yes, he is.
Barrett Heston tried to take it into the hoop, put up a shot, but he was fouled. So Barrett will go to the free throw line, and he'll get 2 here. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate that.
That's why we bring him.
My text messages are just blowing up tonight. I don't know what's going on, but I'm not going to look till halftime, or I'll get into a conversation with my wife. So first free throw's on the way and in. Second one's coming for Barrett Heston. I think she's glad to have me out of her hair tonight. She's watching all of her woman shows that I don't like, so.
That works out perfect.
Hopefully she'll have binge watched all of them by the time I get back tonight.
Yeah, I doubt that.
4:12 left to go in the first half, 31-14, and here comes Paola. Stephen Bassett trying to work it off to an open teammate and throws it out of bounds. So Labette County has a gift here. We need to try to take advantage of it here.
It would. It'd be nice to have just some momentum to take to the locker room to kind of carry over.
Kane Nash, top of the key, right-handed dribble. He'll work it right side over to Barrett Heston. Heston pulling back between the keys, back to Nolan Nash. Three-point shot, off the rim, no good. Back the other direction. Murdoch feeding Gannon Miller. He put up a shot, it won't fall. Back the other direction come the Grizzlies. Out around the perimeter, Kane Nash. Nash drives into the paint, kicks it back up to Tucker Rush, top of the key. Tucker's holding it near the paint. He'll hand it back off to Heston. His shot won't fall, and he's fouled again.
Yeah, that's the second time Bears kind of taken it inside somewhat and drawn a foul. So, you know, if we're not making the three-pointers, let's take it to him and see if we can't get it to the free throw line.
Foul is going to go on Lane Hoffine. It's his first. One of the 6'8" twins. Free throws up, free throws good.
We'll take that from Barrett. Every point we can get kind of adds to the total here.
I'm going to tell you, when I got here, Jack had me set up with Jolly Ranchers and Vicks cough drops.
Anyone drives 4 hours to help me out, I'll get you a water and some cough drops.
I'm going to be healed tonight. 3:22 left to play. That free throw's in. 31-16 our score. Back the other direction come the Paola Panthers. From the right side, Stephen Bassett gets a cross-court pass over to an open teammate. Long threes up and in, and Landon Murdoch makes that look easy.
Dudes hit 3, maybe 4 tonight, I think, from that spot.
Into the front court, Bassett. He turns the ball over, coming up with it. I'm sorry, that was Nash getting his pocket picked, and now Bassett comes up with it. He'll work it over to Landon Murdoch. Murdoch's got it top of the key. Out around the perimeter, he'll work it left side. Back to Bassett. Now a steal out of nowhere. Kegan Bates goes straight to the hoop, gets fouled on his way up.
Kagan, again, all year long, has done such a good job at jumping passes and getting shots off against guys like that and drawing fouls. So good effort there by Kagan.
Kagan's going to the free throw line here as they call that foul on the Panthers and Lane Hoffine. That's 2 in a row for him. He didn't have any for the majority of the first half. Free throws up and good for Kegan Bates.
Yeah, it wouldn't hurt my feelings either. Of course, coach is going to pull the Hawthorne kid. He's not going to let him get 3 in the first half.
Another free throw up and coming. Shots up and in. Bates gets his second, 34-18. The Grizzlies trying to chip away at that Paola lead. Up front, a 2-pointer's on the way in for Stephen Bassett.
Yeah, some good ball movement there by Paola and just a good finish. So another nice play.
36-18. Here comes Labette County. Nolan Nash with the basketball. He'll work it back over to Kane Nash. Now to Bates again. Bates gets past the double-team defense, finds an open teammate in Kane Nash. His shot's missing and no good. Back the other direction. Paola will bring it into the front court. Murdoch. Back up top to Leland Gherkin. His shot for 2, won't fall. Gherkin with his own rebound there. He'll crank it back up top to Stephen Bassett. Now another long shot, it won't go. Up and under, a 2-pointer's on the way and in. That is Hoyt Hoffine.
Yeah, and again, I feel like we hustled and worked hard, defended our best. Just good ball movement and a nice inside play there by Hoffine. Tough to stop.
Minute 25 left to go in the first half, and here comes Labette County. Kegan Bates will move it out around the perimeter, bringing it back up top to Carson Lamb. Lamb back down to the right side to Nolan Nash. His shot for 2 won't fall. Back the other direction, here comes Paola. 1 minute left in the first half. Down in the paint. Stephen Bassett was headed for the hoop, and he gets fouled. And this is on Labette County. I think it's on Bates. No, I'm sorry. That's going to go on Nolan Nash. I'm going to need Wayne Gilmore to get me in because I couldn't see how many fingers the ref was holding up.
Well, yes, that's a Gilmore phone call right there.
Inbound throws given inside to Gherkin from the left side of the paint. He fires a two, and it won't fall. Nash with the rebound. Kane working right to left. 50 seconds to go here. Now to Tucker Rush. Tucker's the big man inside. The ball's turned over. Coming up with it, the Panthers. Racing to the hoop was Gannon Miller. And the basketball was out of bounds. And
that was a good hustle there by Carson Lamb. Slapped all ball. I thought it went off Paola's legs too, actually, but at least the ref didn't call a foul, I guess.
Troy Leonard will put it back into play. He'll work it back over to Hoyt Hoffine. Hoffine, right side, finds Gannon Miller once again. Now inside to Leland Gherkin. Now to Miller, his shot for two on the way and in. You know, for those of us who have owned radio stations, there was a brokerage firm called Gannon Miller. So now every time I see this kid, I'm thinking of maybe I need to give those guys a call. Back into the front court. Colton Weil brings it back over to Tucker Rush. His shot for three is on the way and in.
Tucker's our big five guy. He's got a nice soft shot. He's made several threes this year, so that was well done.
40-21 our score. 3 seconds left. Hoffine for three. His shot won't fall. We've come to the end of the first half. We'll take a break and be back right after this 2-minute timeout. Make it a 3-minute timeout. Let's get our commercials in and get our sponsors their money's worth tonight. It's 40-21. Paola leading Labette County. You've got the Grizzlies on KLKC.
Discover what you've been missing in Parsons, Kansas. Curious Minds Discovery Zone, a children's museum that inspires a love of learning, with hands-on exhibits for all ages to imagine, create, learn, and discover. Kids enjoy looking through microscopes, building on our magnetic ball run wall, creative play in our doctor's office or grocery store, and lots more. Discover, explore, Parsons, Kansas.
Back here in Paola, the score 40-21. Our Labette County Grizzlies trailing the Paola Panthers. Grant Merrill and Zach Leak along with you. The KLKC investigative news team did some digging while we were in the halftime break. And
Oh, did they?
we found that the Hawthorne boys have not committed to a college yet. They're going to visit Ottawa this weekend.
Okay.
So they're kind of in that, I guess it's maybe Kansas JUCO and Kansas small college realm right now. But,
Yeah.
man, they could make somebody a really good pair of kids there.
Yeah, it sure looks that way. I mean, they're awfully good ball players inside, and you know, in today's college world, it's so crazy. 6'8" is so tall to me, but there's so many 2s and 3s that are 6'7",
Right.
6'8", and some point guards are 6'6", so it's a different world. But yeah, they're two really nice players.
Well, our score 40-21, and we tried, but it was hard for Labette County to have the appearance of doing things right in the first half. But, you know, when you've got such an incredible defense for Paola and kids that can come down on top of you, even when you're 6'4", I mean, that's a pretty big deal.
It is. On the road, sub-state, against a really nice team that has, you know, 6, 7, 8 talented players. We do too, but it just seems like tonight they're the better team so far. And I know Coach Argerbright's a tremendous coach. He'll get them up and make whatever adjustments he can to better our chances of winning this second half. But my hope for these boys is their pride's intact and they'll play hard. Had a tremendous season, irregardless if we come out and win the game or not. So I just look for a really good effort out of the Grizzlies this second half.
Well, we will take another break and be back here in just a minute. The Paola band is making Tommy Two-Tone proud tonight as they play 867-5309, and I think that's our cue to go hear from some of our sponsors. So we'll take another 3-minute break and be back after this on KLKC.
Yeah, welcome back, Grizzly fans. This is Jack Leake and Grant Merrill here in Paola for sub-state action. At the end of the first half, the Grizzlies trail Paola 40-21. And I'll tell you, any of you that have watched this Grizzly team this year understand the heart, the energy that this team plays with, the competitiveness this Grizzly team brings to the floor. And that's no different tonight. We just came up against a Paola team that's awfully stacked and talented. We kind of got the Grizzlies a little bit on their heels early in the first half, and so sometimes it can throw your rhythm off and kind of give the appearance that our game's off or whatnot. The energy's there, the effort's there, just against a really nice Paola team so far. So Grizzlies are looking to win this second half, one possession at a time, and then tally up the score then and see how it shakes out.
Well, Jack, about to go to the third quarter here in Paola. Good crowd on hand. I see a lot of Labette County people who have come in. Even saw one of them wearing an Oklahoma Sooner hat, so we do have one smart guy in Labette County. So now Jonathan's over here shaking. Did you just give me a hook of horns? Oh, I hope you get into heaven. Anyway, so we
funny.
appreciate you being with us tonight here on KLKC. Labette County will have the basketball as we come out of the break. Nolan Nash will be throwing it in at midcourt. Nash gets it inside to Keegan Bates. Kagan brings it back over to Nash, and now he moves it back up top to Kane Nash. Back over to Nolan. Long twos on the way and in.
It's a nice way to start the third quarter there with some good ball movement. A nice shot by Nolan Nash, so let's try to build off it here defensively.
Absolutely. Stephen Bassett out around the perimeter, kicks it over to the right side to Landon Murdoch. Murdoch down on the paint, or down on the baseline, finds an open teammate in Lane Hoffine. Now to the right wing, Bassett for three, his shot on the way it in. He has hit that spot like 5 times tonight.
Hasn't he now? And I keep holding my breath thinking sooner or later they're going to cool off, and they just haven't.
Into the front court, Kane Nash. Out around the perimeter. Now he'll move it into the paint, down to the left wing, a drive inside, 2-point shots on the way and in.
Kagan Bates goes baseline against the trees and gets that shot off and scores. That's incredible.
Murdoch into the front court. 2-point shot won't go. Back the other way, here comes Labette County. Nolan Nash back over to the left side, finds an open teammate in Carson Lamb. Now down under the paint, or under the goal. Carson Lamb tries an underhanded shot and it won't fall.
I'm liking our action this half. We look relaxed. That was good ball movement, good shooting, drew a foul. Regardless of how this plays out, we came out really playing our best ball right here.
Back at the free throw line, Carson Lamb. If you're just joining us, 43-26. I'm Grant Merrill along with Jack Leake and the traitorous Jonathan Dasher, who has been throwing up Texas Longhorns hook 'em horn signs tonight.
And you're getting a gig on him too. It's Dasher, but I was going to let you stay with Dasher just because I know it kind of gigs him a little bit.
Yeah, I know. I was going to go through the on Dasher, on Dancer, that type of deal.
He's a good sport.
He is. Into the front court for Paola. Here comes Hoyt Hoffine. He'll move it back over to Landon Murdoch. Murdoch back up top, finding him at Blackmore. Blackmore back over to Landon Murdoch once again. Back to Blackmore. Up and under, his shot for two, off the rim and no good. Back the other direction. A long cross-court pass gets taken away, intercepted. Murdoch into the front court. Bodies flying everywhere at half court as Gannon Miller, I think he lost his footing, and the referee says he might have had some help.
Yeah, and he's looking at Carson. This might be a little more than a foul. I kind of saw Carson extend his arm. Not a technical, but it just looked a little more physical than your common, kind of hooked up foul there. So Coach Argerbright lets Carson get a drink of water here and kind of cool off.
If they saw more than a foul, they're letting it go. Thank goodness. Murdoch out at the top of the key. Works it around the edge of the arc, back over to Gannon Miller. Miller with a left-handed dribble finds Murdoch once again. Back over to Miller, right side. His shot for three on the way and in. 46-26 our score.
On top of everything else, it just seems like they're really hot tonight. That was a good penetration and kick out and shot.
Here come the Grizzlies into the front court. Nolan Nash over to Bates. Now down to the left wing. A drive inside, and the basketball tipped out of the hands of Barrett Heston and out of bounds.
Still liking the movement of the Grizzlies. It seems like the ball's not sticking. We're kind of kicking it around, acting like we have a little more confidence out there, so we look better.
I don't know where you got these cough drops, but they're about the most powerful cough drops I've ever put in my mouth.
My son had one the other night and said it's like you put mentholatum in your mouth, like stuck your finger in that pasty mentholatum. They're powerful.
You know how Popeye would go from being a regular guy to just muscles and everything,
Yeah.
and when he ate a can of spinach, that's how I feel about this cough drop tonight.
I'll send you some home.
Thank you, I appreciate that. Gannon Miller into the front court for Paola. He'll work it back over to Hoyt Hoffine. Shot for two, won't fall. Everybody after the rebound. Panthers get it. Hoffine with another shot. It won't go, but he's fouled on his way up. 5:11 left to go in the third quarter. 46-26. Hoyt Hoffine to do the honors. How's that lovely bride of yours?
She's wonderful. She sent a text saying that we sounded good, and she said, "You're hilarious," so she's enjoying your commentating tonight.
At the free throw line. Shots on the way and in. Well, she's one of my favorites, so
Yeah.
wonderful lady. Next one's up and coming. Next free throw is on its way. Good.
Yeah, even good at shooting free throws, so can't find a fault with the Hoffine brothers yet.
Some of our church members might have snuck a Walkman into church tonight to keep an ear on the Grizzlies. I'm not sure. Maybe even the youth pastor. I don't know. Down on the baseline. 2-point shot for Barrett Heston won't fall, but he's fouled.
Good job there by Barrett going inside. You got to pump fake when you're in there with guys like that. Sometimes get them off, up in the air and draw a foul by going up into them. So good job.
At the free throw line, Barrett Heston's first one is coming. First attempt is on the way, hanging on the rim. It falls off. There is a lot of sub-state action going on tonight.
There is, and if Jack was here, he'd have his iPad out scanning and giving game recaps. So, it's probably 5 or 6 games or 8 games going on right now.
I was listening to WIBW on the way up, and they were doing their sports show, and they had to cut it short because they were going to a game tonight. So from the larger schools to the smaller schools, everybody's after it.
Lots happening.
48-26 our score after the free throws, and here come the Paola Panthers. Over to the left side, Landon Murdoch with the basketball. He'll flip it around to an open teammate, giving it back over to Hoyt Hoffine. Hoffine's shots missed, or stick back won't go for Emmett Blackmore, and here come the Grizzlies into the front court. Kane Nash, his pocket picked, and now a foul called as everybody's going everywhere in the backcourt.
Yeah, nice look there by Kane to try to feed that ball in. This Paola team defensively is just too tight. It's hard to thread the needle against this group, rather.
A little pause in the action here with 4:26 left to go in the third quarter. 48-26 our score. I was sorry to see that Lou Holtz died this afternoon.
Saw that too, actually. 89.
89. He was a wonderful man.
One of the greats, yeah.
Chance to meet him. I know Dr. Gilmore did as well, and just one of the funniest people I've ever met.
Really.
Into the front court, here come the Panthers. Now forcing a steal, the Grizzlies. Out of the backcourt, here comes Colton Weil. He'll move it over to the top of the key, giving it back outside to Kane Nash. Make that Nolan Nash. Nolan driving, double teamed by the Panther defense. The ball's tipped out of bounds, and they say it stays with the Labette County.
Yeah, Nolan and Kane look a little alike, and if you remember from Independence, you probably do. They're cousins.
Yes.
And so it would appear they're brothers, but they're cousins, yeah.
I think I had them as twins at one point in the ball game, and you quickly corrected me.
And Barrett Heston's the third cousin, just to confuse you a little more.
Back the other direction, Paola. Being from Arkansas, I don't want to hear any Arkansas jokes when we start talking family trees.
Yeah.
So the one in Altamont's pretty stout here.
Yeah, it's a legit cousin. It's not an Arkansas cousin. Or whatever. Nice job there by Tucker Rush, I believe, drawing the charge. Was that right? Sorry.
Yeah. We were still examining family trees and missed that. I was distracted by Jonathan over here trying to flash his hook and horns again. Out around the perimeter, Garton down to the left side of the paint. Turns the ball over. Coming up with it is Leland Gherkin. Gherkin gives off to Landon Murdoch. Murdoch back to the left side, finds Bassett. His shot for three is on the way in. He does it again.
Yeah, again, it's hard to defend a team that has 2 or 3 guys who can shoot threes and 2 6'8" guys who can jam it. It's just a tall task tonight for the Grizzlies.
51-26 our score from the wing. Three-pointer of our own for Colton Weil.
That's how you answer that. Colton Weil will look at it and have him cash that down, so good for him.
3 minutes to go in the third quarter. Out of the backcourt, here comes Paola's Gannon Miller. Miller back over to Landon Murdoch, now to the right side. To give over to Bassett, now back up top. A long three, won't fall. Goes out of bounds with the last touch by the shooter, so.
That's one of the few they've shot that doesn't seem like it's gone in, or at least been close.
51-29 our score. Out of the backcourt come the Grizzlies. Over to the left side, a carrying call. And Paola can have it here. I think we've got a mass substitution coming in for Labette County.
Coach Argerbright, of course, and he's played 10 or 12 kids all year long, but just trying to mix it up and get some chemistry going maybe with a different group.
Out of the backcourt, here comes Landon Murdoch for Paola. He'll work it back over to Gannon Miller. Miller almost turns it over. Bringing it back over to Hoyt Hoffine. Now from the left wing, three-pointer. Who is it? Stephen Bassett once again.
I'm telling you, it's hard to find college kids that shoot as good as he has tonight. I'm serious, making 4 out of 6 or whatever he's made.
You college coaches watching, take notes. Man, these Paola kids have some assets, as do Labette County. From the wing, three-pointer. Won't fall for Hayden Weatherall. Rebound, stick back. It won't go either for Tucker Rush. And now the basketball's out of bounds, and it stays with Labette County.
Appreciate the effort there by the Grizzlies. Saw a lot of red jerseys crashing the boards, trying to rebound the ball. So what do we like to see?
Inbound throw is going to come from the Grizzlies on the baseline. Garton lobs it back up to Carson Lamb. Lamb out around the perimeter. Brings it back over to Hayden Weatherall. Weatherall back up top to Barrett Heston. Heston, right side of the paint, closely guarded by the Panthers. Now he'll move it inside. Weatherall for two. His shot won't go. Rebound Paola. Back the other direction. Hoyt Hoffine loses the basketball. Labette County with the steal. Carson Lamb racing toward the hoop, puts it up, and it's in. Wow.
What about that?
The steal, the drive, and the shot. He got it all.
One of them pretty ones, ESPN stuff. So well done, Carson Lamb.
54-31 our score, and now Paola answers with a shot of their own while we were celebrating.
Yes.
Gannon Miller went the length of the floor and put one up and in. 56-31 our score.
Yes, Paola just comes down and quietly scores like that.
From the wing, a cross-court pass to the right side, and Carson Lamb, his shot won't fall. Rebound Paola. Gherkin out of the backcourt, working it back over to Landon Murdoch. Murdoch, top of the key, takes it in the paint. Underhanded shots off the rim and no good. Another whistle, another foul.
Yeah, the Grizzlies again, as I expected, playing hard. I mean, what are we down, 25? It can be easy to kind of let yourself go flat and just go through the motions, but everybody out there is playing for the jersey, the town, the high school themselves, so really respect that.
The foul is on Carson Lamb, his second. It was a blocking foul. Back at the free throw line, Landon Murdoch. His first one's up on the way, good. 57-31 our score. And now another mass substitution for Coach Argerbright. Murdoch with another free throw. Up and coming. Kegan Bates is back in. Nolan Nash is back in. Next free throw's off the iron, no good. Colton Wiles back in as well. Long pass up front, gets into the hands of Cooper Leonard. He kicks it back over to Bates. His shot for two won't fall. Rebound, Labette County. Deontay Fields tried to put up a shot. It wouldn't go. Back the other direction comes Bassett. Stephen Bassett into the paint. 2-pointers on the way and in.
Man, what do you say about that? That was a really athletic play there by Bassett. That was really nicely done.
And that crowd is going wild for Paola.
Bassett's a 6'1" junior, so he'll be around, of course, another strong year.
10 seconds left. Third quarter action. Coast to coast go the Panthers and Landon Murdoch. His shot's missing, no good. Back the other direction, 2 seconds. Nash up and under. His shot on the way and in at the buzzer. Stay with us. Stay with us. We've got more coming up. Fourth quarter action straight ahead on KLKC.
Here's a bright idea. Make sure you put your pants on before leaving the house. Sure, it seems simple, but sometimes simple doesn't happen. At Idea Tech, we think it's simple to have real people who live in Kansas helping customers. We understand that not everyone in our industry agrees, but then again, not everyone puts on pants before they leave the house. We think it's important to get the simple things right. Putting our pants on and providing local customer service. Another bright idea from Idea Tech.
(59-33) our score here in Paola. Grant Merrill and Jack Leake along with you. Jonathan Dusher here as well. Big Tex, as we call him.
We do.
The end of the front court. Here come the Paola Panthers. Emmett Blackmore back to the top of the key, finds Bassett. His shot falls short of the goal and goes out of bounds. Labette County can have the basketball here.
Looks like Paola's going to stay with their starting five and just kind of pour it on here, which, hey, it's sub-state action. You expect this kind of stuff, so hopefully they don't roll an ankle or something doing this.
Nolan Nash out around the perimeter, finding an open teammate in Colton Weil. Weil into the paint, fires a two. His shot's on the way and in.
That's how you got to do that. You get inside, shoot it a little sooner than you have to, and put a lot of arch on it.
Back the other direction. Here comes Paola. Full court pressure by Labette County. Into the front court. They'll give it off to Landon Murdoch. Murdoch cranks it back over to Bassett. His shot for three. Good. He drained it. I don't even think I have to tell you how that's going to end when he shoots it.
Yeah, and he's just seeing it. The basket's so big for him right now.
Bates out around to Nolan Nash once again. Back to Kagan Bates. His shot for three won't fall. Rebound Paola and Hoyt Hoffine. Hoffine back over to Landon Murdoch. Murdoch cranks it over to the right side to Lane Hoffine. Lane down on the baseline, finds a man in the paint. 2-point shot for Emmett Blackmore is on the way and in.
Yeah, another good job of Paola looking inside again and just putting the bucket back.
64-35. If the current trend continues, Paola looks like they're punching their ticket. If we can't have a miracle here tonight. Back the other direction. Up and under, 2-point shots missed. Blackmore with the rebound and stick back. It won't go. Hoyt Hoffine tries to go to the hoop, and he's fouled.
Yeah, right now Paola just kind of having their way inside in the paint and getting put back after put back. So just playing tough down low.
I've been over here reading the Paola alma mater on the wall. Looks like kind of dramatic, like one of my wife's family wrote it. I'm not sure. We do not give a sigh for our Paola High. We stand for the best that's in the land. Well, they're going to have plenty to mayberry for tonight if they can keep up. Over to the left wing, long threes, off the iron, no good.
That's a little bit like the Mayberry Union High song that was sang in that
yes.
episode.
Yes, that's true. I knew we were going to get an Andy Griffith reference in before we concluded tonight. I know some of my wife's family is actually listening. I had to gig them a moment ago. Emmett Blackmore back over to an open teammate and Hoyt Hoffine. Hoffine over to the right side finds Landon Murdoch. Murdoch with a handoff back over to Stephen Bassett. Missed shot. Stickbacks on the way and in for Lane Hoffine. 66-35, and now the lead 31 for the Paola Panthers.
Just a nice team. I mean, I've said it over and over, but Paola is a really nice team. I don't know. I'd like to see the team that beats them.
Heston to Tucker Rush. Back over to Kane Nash. Tucker Rush gets it back and works it back over to Heston. His shot for three, drained. He swishes it.
Happy for Barrett's played well all season long. Senior, good shot.
Back to the right side. Hoyt Hoffine, his shot for three. It won't fall, but a stick backs up and in from Stephen Bassett. Yeah. Hoyt Hoffine sounds like the name of a sheriff on Gunsmoke. Sheriff Hoyt Hoffine.
Kind of rolls off the tongue that way.
It does. Up top, it's going to be Kane Nash with the basketball. He tries to pass over to an open teammate after getting in trouble there. Nobody there to get it. And Paola will have the basketball here.
Kind of hate the feeling in my gut for the boys right now. It's such a fine group. Competitive Devils, athletic guys, and I mean, I kind of know the gut feeling they have. So, anyway.
And 30 points, the clock's rolling tonight. So, up top, here comes Paola. They'll give it off to Troy Leonard. Leonard down in the paint finds Lane Hoffine once again. Now to the right side. Long three won't go. Gannon Miller misses that one. 4 minutes left to play here, and here come the Grizzlies. Heston from the free throw line fires the two, and it's on the way and in.
Another nice possession by Barrett. Good shot there, and so, again, respects his effort.
68-40 our score. 3:46 left to go in the ball game. 2-point shots on the way and in. Lane Hoffine able to put that in and make it easy, and Paola's up 70-40. Here come the Grizzlies. Heston with it. Basketball's loose. Dragged out of bounds by Labette County, and Paola can have it here.
Good hustle there by Kagan Bates again. Another senior that's played that way. He's played that way since his freshman year. He's a 4-year player. So there's going to be a lot of emotional fellas here in about 3 or 4 minutes that have really left their careers out there on that basketball court the last 4 years.
Gannon Miller with the basketball. He'll work it near side to Matthew Nance. Nance over to Leland Gherkin. Gherkin back to Troy Leonard. Now the whistle blows, and we've got to stop in the action.
I'd never heard a band play during action. That's what they're doing.
Did they just give the band a technical?
I don't know. He flashed the symbol. Now he's laughing it off. I think the ref.
Okay. He had his hands up.
He
like
did.
He was going to think about a technical there, and our girl from Paola was telling me that maybe it was on the cymbal player.
That would have been the first. I was making fun of your Oklahoma gym clearing. The band might get ran out of the.
Once at a baseball game, I saw the organist get thrown out for playing Three Blind Mice while the umpires were conferring. That's about the closest I've ever seen to our situation here. Long threes off the back iron and no good for Matthew Nance, and Labette County will take it the other way for 2 minutes and 20 seconds that's left in their season. Zane Garton, his shot for two, off the rim and no good. Rebound, Paola. Into the front court. Here come the Panthers. Troy Leonard. Shots on the way and in. And a foul called. He's going to get the and one attempt.
I can't help but watch the sidelines. Our seniors are over there kind of hugging and going through the kind of saying goodbye to the brotherhood that they've established. You know how that is.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. It's a sad night when it's the final one.
It is.
Back at the free throw line, shots on the way and in. 72-40, Paola leading. Make that 73. Into the front court. A steal, back the other direction. Here comes Troy Leonard. His shot for two is on the way and in.
Paola's got some of their second five in, so of course the crowd's super excited. They're getting in and scoring.
Into the front court. Here comes Labette County. Camden Good took it across the paint, and the whistle blew. We'll see who the foul's on. Minute left in this one. It was on Paola's Matthew Nance, and now Labette County will inbound the basketball. They'll give it inside to Deontay Fields, and he's fouled.
Deontay is junior, one of our all-state running backs in football, had an incredible season, as did our team, but he was certainly one of the bright spots of it.
At the free throw line, Deontay's first one's up and coming. Shots up off the back iron and no good. I know it's, for you, it's probably a little emotional as you've taught a lot of these kids and know them well.
Very much so, yeah, and watch their older brothers and whatnot. So, yeah, it's for a small community, basketball teams and sports is just part of it.
10 seconds left. Out at the right side, Nance for Paola will bring it back up top, and he'll hold the basketball, and this one's going to end tonight. Labette County will round out their season here at the Paola Sub-State. We will take a break, and we will be back in just a moment on KLKC.
V93.5 is your home for the best variety of the 80s, 90s, and today. Get your day started with the Anna and Raven Morning Show. You're the judge during couples court. The couple share their disagreement, and then you decide who's right. Think you know pop culture trivia? It could pay off, and you score the cash jackpot when you play Can't Beat Raven. Krause in the House gets you home every weekday afternoon starting at 2. Stream us anytime, anywhere at KLKCRadio.com.
Welcome back to Paola, 75-40, our final score. And Jack Leake, we end another season for the Grizzlies, but a valiant effort in all of the games that I've seen them play. And I know that, you know, it's a tough night for the Grizzly fans, but they certainly lost to a team that is probably going to go quite a ways.
Yeah, oh, it sure looked like it to me. And, yeah, you're right. This year, these boys playing here and the boys that just got done with state wrestling, most of them played football, and football ran over basketball. For a week, we had 2 practices, basketball in the morning, football after school. And so now, basketball and wrestling overran track, golf, and baseball. So some of these guys are going to wake up tomorrow and go to golf or baseball or track.
Oh, wow.
So they have been emotionally drained and physically worked over since August, well, all summer too, but I mean since the end of August. But that speaks of their success. They play so deep into the season. Yeah, you going to speak to sponsors here?
Sure, absolutely. Yeah, we want to thank all of our Labette County Grizzly sponsors who have been on KLKC all year long. Labette Health, the Bartlett Co-op, Labette Bank, Eye Care Associates of Parsons, Doctors Newland, Gilmore, and Ray. Wood Insurance Center, Labette Community College, Tank Connection, SEC Orthopedics, that's Doctors Moser and Meister. Forbes Hoffman Funeral Homes, thank you. The last folks you want to do business with, but they do a great job of supporting our community. Clemens Insurance Agency, Unified School District number 506, Elmhaven Nursing Home and Woodridge Estates, Carson Wall Funeral Homes, Commercial Bank, Corner Store, Labette Center for Mental Health Services, Community National Bank, and Idea Tech. You know, without those sponsors, we couldn't make the road trips to Paola, and we couldn't make the road trips to Independence. And Jack over here had his passport stamped at Wamego last night, so he's been all over the world this week following these Labette County Lady Grizzlies and Grizzlies.
Yeah, it's been fun. It's basketball's a pretty long season, through the dark winter months, but man, you're in the gym with the energy and the kids, and so I, heard a little bit for him actually. I've kind of, like I said, watched. I'm part of the community too, and Labette County is a small community, and the sports and the high school is the lifeblood of that community. So our gymnasium fills up with people who have absolutely no ties playing on the floor. They're
right.
just neighbor folk. They're
sure
the graduates, and it's just a really, really big deal for our community to get behind these Grizzlies.
Well, I'm honored that I was able to come do this last game
Yes,
with
sir.
the Grizzlies tonight, and I'm sure I'll see you next year as well, and
Appreciate
fill in
that.
from time to time, because we know that Pastor Jack is going to have a few out-of-town conferences and maybe a Wednesday night sub-state or two, so
Yeah.
I'm always happy to come and be in his stead. So
Appreciate that so much. You're a professional. I mean that. You can walk in here after driving 4 hours, plug in your phone, look at me, lay the paper down, and start.
Well, I'll tell you, I would have been here earlier, but I got behind every slow grandma between Coffeyville and Chanute tonight, and so I was very happy to see the 4-lane highway. Of course, this is the second time I've driven that this week. We were up at Kansas City earlier this week for my father-in-law's retirement party, and
Yes.
of course made that trip on Saturday. So, I think my car is about to be at the point where it can drive itself up 169, and hopefully we won't see it try tonight. But anyway,
Yeah.
I just appreciate the opportunity to work with you and with Jonathan. Even though he's a Texas fan, we'll forgive him for that.
We
And
will.
I know that he's going to do big things here, too. I'm looking forward to watching and seeing what he does. Well, any other final comments about the season tonight and anything else?
One thing we might do, Grant, is take a 2-minute break.
We'll see if Coach comes.
Coach Hardenbright wants to speak, and give him a couple more minutes.
Okay, well, let's take that 2-minute timeout. We'll be right back here on KLKC.
Here's a bright idea. Streaming without buffering. It's not 2014. There's no reason for laggy internet and buffering shows. IdeaTech has the technology. It's fiber optic cable. IdeaTech has brought high-speed fiber to 75 communities and counting. Don't put up with outdated internet. Stream without buffering. Another bright idea from IdeaTech.
Looking for a career that supports the U.S. national security mission? Join Day and Zimmerman here in Parsons, Kansas. Our salaried and hourly positions offer competitive compensation, starting at $22.90 for hourly roles, and all employees receive excellent benefits and room to grow. From production operators to engineering and beyond, you'll help supply America's defense and build a career you can be proud of. Apply today at careers.dayzim.com. You can make a difference at Day and Zimmerman.
In 2003, Tank Connection founders envisioned a Southeast Kansas-based company dedicated to innovating bolted storage tanks, offering superior products and services through a customer-focused team. 2 decades later, and products in 64 countries and on 6 continents, this vision endures. Tank Connection employee owners are dedicated to a future where their shared purpose brings empowered realities to as many lives as possible.
V93.5 is your home for the best variety of the 80s, 90s, and today. Get your day started with the Anna and Raven Morning Show. You're the judge during couples court. Couples share their disagreement, and then you decide who's right. Think you know pop culture trivia? It could pay off, and you score the cash jackpot when you play Can't Beat Raven. Krause in the house gets you home every weekday afternoon starting at 2. Stream us anytime, anywhere at KLKCRadio.com.
Back here in Paola, 75-40, our final score tonight, Grant Merrill and Jack Lee. I messed up earlier and forgot to add 2 of our sponsors to the end of our list. We want to say a special thanks to Day and Zimmerman and also Brown's Plumbing and Mechanical. We couldn't do it without them, and they're, of course, some of our fine sponsors. And somehow got off the list I had, but I appreciate Joel back at the studio making sure that we got everybody recognized tonight. I wanted to say send well wishes and congratulations to our outgoing seniors tonight, Carson Lamb, also Kagan Bates, and it looks like Barrett Heston. Those three doing wonders for Labette County, and they're going to have bright futures ahead of them, I know.
Yeah, they sure are, and they're equally as good young men. I mean, they're good students and just good representatives. So, yeah, appreciate all they've done for our school and we'll do in these spring sports going forward.
So, Paola will go on to play either Coffeyville or Baldwin, and we'll be interested to watch that. And I know that that's going to be a great ball game. And I would guess that Paola has a pretty good chance of being in Salina here in a few weeks.
Boy, it looked like it tonight, didn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't see I know there's some other quality opponents, of course, in the state, but Paola's got a really nice, full, well-rounded team. So,
well, we'll wait just another minute for Coach Argerbright and see if he I know it's probably an emotional locker room right now, and he's probably saying some things to the team and making sure that they get sent off well here. But, Jack, I know that, again, we can't thank the community enough for their support. I kind of wondered tonight if there was anyone left in Altamont, because there were so many Labette County shirts and T-shirts and hats here, and we just had a lot of people who made the trip, and that's a sign of a great community and a great program when you have, people driving 2 and 3 hours to make those trips.
It really is, and I gotta say, this setup here through the radio and the live stream and all our sponsors that allow us to do that, and Doc Gilmore, there's a lot of people who can't maybe travel or maybe go 3 hours, so there's a lot of folks that turn in to watch these games and support the on away games that way. We have a few people like from Nashville and stuff, alum and stuff, that'll text saying, that they participate in that. But you're absolutely right. We've got a lot of support from our community, and you were also right on that. Coach Argerbright is awfully tight. So that whole staff is Coach Tucker, Coach Brown, with these athletes. So I'm sure it's a lot of hugging and just, kind of going through the idea of taking off a jersey for the last time for some of these seniors is a tough thing to do.
Well, we will let them do their thing, and, of course, we'll wrap up our broadcast tonight. I just want to thank you, Jack, for having me, and thank you, Jonathan. I know that, even if you root for the Texas Longhorns, you'll have a bright future, and despite some questionable choices in life, you'll be okay. So thank you, Jonathan Dusher, for being here with us tonight. Thank you, Wayne Gilmore. I don't know how many of you know, but back in 2013, 2014, being a radio guy, I would hear rumors occasionally that KLKC was about to go off the air and that they might not be around much longer. And, Dr. Gilmore saved these radio stations and has been as involved in this community as any businessman that you could ask for. And I just really appreciate him, putting the investment to send the Labette County broadcast teams to places like Wamego and Paola, and also the Parsons broadcast teams. We've had a lot of basketball and a lot of good sports here, and that's a guy that just really cares about Parsons and really cares about, this community and making sure they have a good quality radio station. So I'm happy to call Dr. Gilmore a friend and just grateful for the opportunities he's given me to be a part of things here at KLKC. So any final parting comments tonight, Jack?
I don't think so. You summed it up well, so appreciate you again for covering, and safe travels for you going back home.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. And again, our final score 75-40 tonight as the Labette County Grizzlies end their season. Paola punches their ticket to the sub-state finals on Saturday. For Jack Leake and Jonathan Dusher, for Joel Hurd back at the studio, and for Dr. Wayne Gilmore and all the crew here at KLKC, I'm Grant Merrill saying good night.